So here's the third match of the Zeal Riot War, and I'm playing someone named Angie, and she is the leader of Team Riot, so should be a pretty good match, I hope. So I lead with Azelf, she leads with Heatran, and we both set up Stealth Rocks, and I'm just going to go for the Psychic to get damage, but she actually goes into Snorlax. So yeah, I end up getting the Psychic on the Snorlax, and doesn't do a whole bunch, so I'm going to go into my champ because it's a pretty safe play. I didn't want to go for the explosion because I thought she'd predict it, and she goes into Heatran, so maybe she did. But actually, this Heatran really surprised me because it's actually a Specs Heatran, and that was like totally blew me out of the water. I was going to go here. What was I going to go for here? I was going to go for the rest to see what she'd do. But she just kind of killed me, so that kind of blows. Specs Heatran is a beast. So I go into Suicune because after, the special attack drop and the resistance, it shouldn't be able to do a whole lot. And I'm pretty sure she's going to switch, so I go for the Calm Mind. And she goes into this Latias, and I'm thinking it might try to trick me, but I have nothing to I could go into my own Latias, but then again, if she doesn't trick me, I'd be in trouble. So I decided to stay in and just go for the Ice Beam. I was hoping she'd trick me as Specs, but instead it's a Scarf. Whatever. I still get the Ice Beam off with the Calm Mind against the Latias, and yeah, it ends up doing quite a lot of damage. So I knew she'd switch here, but I was kind of hoping she'd switch into Heatran, so I go into Latias, because I know Latias can outspeed Heatran and do, KO with Surf, because this is my Specs Latias, but instead he goes into Snorlax, and I decided to go for the trick, to try to trick it my Choice Specs, but Angie makes a good play going into her Heatran, which, of course, neither of us get any new item, because we just get each other's Choice Specs, and I go into Suicune to take the Overheat, and it still does quite a lot after the stab. Even after the resistance, Specs Heatran can do a lot of damage. So now I decided to go into Breloom, because I thought she'd switch, and I thought she'd switch into Snorlax, because Snorlax is a special tank, and I make a great play because I go into Breloom, because I really thought she would go into Snorlax. So I was kind of hoping she'd switch here into something she'd want to be asleep, so I go for the sub, but instead she goes for the Body Slam, so that kind of sucks. I would have kind of liked, to do the sub before the Sporing, but that's life. So she does go for the Body Slam, and I'm just going to Spore it now. And I end up putting the Snorlax to sleep, and that's pretty good. And now I'm going to set up the sub on the Switch, so whatever. I was just going to try to do something different there. But anyway, she goes into Zapdos, and I see the Zapdos, I'm like, fuck. Zapdos hurts my team a lot. I really don't have a great counter to it, and I do also pack Scizor on this team, so this thing can be a pain. So I know she's gonna overheat me, but I know that Focus Punch is still free damage, even though it's not a whole lot. I really want to try to get Stone Edge on this Breloom, because that would have been much better. And yeah, Stone Edge Breloom, I've seen it a lot recently. It's pretty good. It's in most cases better than Seed Bomb, so we'll have to see if I decide to do that. So anyway, I go into Latias now, and she has Hidden Power Ice on this thing, so that really surprised me. So I don't know what she's replacing it with. I mean, I don't know if she has Roost, it's either Roost or Thunderbolt on a standard Zapdos, so I just have no idea. So I go for the Surf, and it ends up hitting this fat thing, and not much to say. I decide to stay in, hoping she'd go into Heatran again, predicting my switch into Breloom, and that ends up being epic, because she does try to go into Heatran. I go for the Surf, and that is a dead Heatran. So that is pretty awesome. So now she decides to go out into Gengar, and I figure the only reason she's going out in here is because it's Scarfed, but I really don't have a safe switch. I do have Scizor, but it's my Choice Band Scizor, not the bulky Swords Dance one. So yeah, I know she's going to go out into Zapdos, and I was thinking about pursuing there, but instead I really wanted to take out the Zapdos, so I decided to U-turn, and that'll put her to a point that she can't switch because of the Stealth Rocks. So now I go into Suicune, and I'm going to attempt to KO it with Ice Beam. And that move kind of almost cost me the game. I really should have went for the Surf here, but I just didn't. I went for the Ice Beam, and she's going to send out Lucario, and I'm thinking, crap, because Ice Beam isn't going to be able to do a whole lot. If I switch, I know she's going to get free Swords Dances, so my only real chance is to try to hit her down with Ice Beam, and hopefully able to get the kill with Bullet Punch on my Scizor. So she goes for the 2 close combats and now goes for the extreme speed to finish off Suicune. So I'm already thinking, crap, I'm going to get swept probably. So I go into Azelf, and pretty much just to get the Life Orb damage, because I see that she does run the Life Orb on the Lucario. So I just let her kill Azelf just so she can get that Life Orb damage, and now I'm going to go out into Scizor, hoping I can KO her at this point with Bullet Punch. So she tries to go for the extreme speed, figuring that she thought that Bullet Punch would KO her anyway. So she goes for extreme speed, and I survive with 39 hit points. And I get the Bullet Punch, and that will KO the Lucario. So that was the game. And all of her other Pokemon is going to get swept by a Choice Banded Bullet Punch. So good game, Angie. Sorry it didn't turn out for you that way. I really thought you had that for a second with Luke, but wow, Scizor really came back big for me. I was able to get rid of the 2 counters to Scizor that she ran, Heat Ran, and Zapdos, and there you go, got a Scizor sweep. So, great game, Angie. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys. Hope the war with Team Riot is becoming really close, and it could go either way at this point, so we'll have to see how that goes. So today's question today is, does any of you have any predictions of how this war is going to turn out? Is it going to be Team Zeal who comes out on top, or will Team Riot come out on top? Right now it's tied. I know a lot of you don't know the battlers, but Team Riot's a great team, so leave a comment.